Hello, hello. This is Numeracy Thursday, and it's time to jump right in. Alrighty. So, you guys will receive a packet from your advisor that looks just like this, and I'm going to go through this really quickly. First of all, last week you completed a speakable activity. What you need to do is go look at your score and record it right there. Today, you're going to be completing a Taco Thursday uh, graph summary. You're going to record a number of graphs that you summarize right there, or a number of pages that you complete. And then next week, you're going to be doing iExcel, sixth grade II9 and II11. The following week, you're going to have a quiz. After you've recorded all your scores, this packet needs to be turned into your math teacher on the 18th because it is going into the grade book. Go ahead and put your name, put your advisor's name, and your math teacher's name on this packet. Let's jump right in. Taco Thursdays, we are looking at bar graphs. This whole month, we're going to be looking at bar graphs. You've seen bar graphs before. This is what they look like. They can either be a horizontal bar graph or it can be a vertical bar graph. All right, let's go ahead and create a bar graph. Let's use this information right here. So some students compared how many clubs they belong to. Use the data in the table to complete the bar graph below. We have three categories, three people, Melissa, Vincent, and Travis. And we're going to transfer this information to the bar graph to represent it visually. All right. First of all, we already have Melissa. We see that Melissa completed, she's a part of two clubs, so go ahead and shade that in. One, two for Melissa. All right. How about Vincent? Vincent only participated in one, so we only need to shade up to one for Vincent. What about Travis, the superstar? He had four, so we got to go all the way up to four. So let's make Travis's bar. His bar goes all the way up to one, two, three, and four. Congratulations, we just completed a bar graph. All right, now let's summarize a bar graph. We have a bar graph right here. This is something that you will see on your standardized assessments. And we want to be able to analyze this bar graph. Well, first of all, what is the title? Tacos, title, axes, chart type, observations, and then summarize. So, what is our title? Well, our title is Average Sentence for Federal Drugs, for federal drug defendants by plea versus trial. All right, so go ahead and shade that, go ahead and fill that in. You're just copying the title. All right. What is our independent axis? Well, I have it labeled. Your independent axis is right there. Plea versus trial. Okay. Plead guilty or go to trial. Those are the two options. And what about our dependent axis? If you plead guilty or go to trial, that is going to affect your average prison sentence. Okay. Go ahead and get those three things down. What is the chart type? Well, we already know that this whole month we're studying about what? You guessed it, bar graphs. All right. Now it's time to make an observation. Well, what type of graph is bar graph is this? Is it horizontal, going from left to right, or is it vertical, going up and down? Yes, it is a horizontal. This is a horizontal bar graph. All right, now let's make an observation. Well, we're talking about pleading guilty or going to trial. Which one served more time in prison? Those who went to trial or those who pled guilty? The trial. Trial. Those who went to trial spent more time in jail. All right, that's one of the things that we definitely want to observe from this graph. All right, the average prison sentence for the people who went to trial is greater than, using our vocabulary words, greater than the people who pled guilty. All right, now, now that we have our title, axes, chart type, and observations. Now we're ready to summarize. All right, so now this is the whole crux of this. Can we summarize? Can we summarize the graph? All right, first of all, your chart type, go ahead and plug that in. Your chart title, go ahead and plug that in. The dependent variable, we had two of them. I'm sorry, one of those, but two independent. Independent was broken down into plead guilty or go to trial, right? And then we made one observation about the chart type, and then we made another observation about something that we saw in the bar graph, okay? There we have, now let's read this together. The bar graph titled Average Sentence for Federal Drug Defendants by Plea Trial shows how the number of months of the average prison sentence depends on a person's decision to plead guilty or go to trial. Based on the graph, this is a horizontal bar graph, and the average prison sentence for the people who went to trial is greater than that for the people who pled guilty. That is a great summary, and if you're able to do that, which we were, then we are on the right track. If you want to level up, then you can make some predictions, okay? Like a prediction that, well, if Mr. Scott was for some reason brought up on charges and he decided to plead guilty, then he might get less years in prison than if he went to trial, right? We shouldn't use Mr. Scott though. But anyway, that is it. Now, if you're in 11th and 12th grade, then you can push yourself and complete this one as well. All right, guys, let's take some risk, all right? This is Mr. Scott signing out.